Liverpool are chasing the young superstar. Although the main focus in Liverpool is on the transfer of the midfield, he continues to make moves for the future. The scout team continues to pursue player and star exploration. The young talent Arda Guler, who has recently emerged in Turkey and has followed many European teams, has been on Liverpool's radar for a while. Recent reports have suggested that Liverpool and Barcelona are looking to sign 18-year-old Turkish midfielder Arda Guler from Fenerbahce. According to journalist Rudy Galetti's report, Liverpool will compete with Spanish giant Barcelona to transfer 18-year-old Turkish midfielder Arda Guler from Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce wonder boy scored high in Europe and has a great future ahead of him. It could prove to be a quality long-term investment for Liverpool. The Reds need to bring in more midfield reinforcements, and it is not yet clear whether they will be able to secure their service. The talented young midfielder has proven himself as a key player for the Turkish club, scoring 6 goals and assisting 6 in all competitions this season. He has the potential to be a top-notch player for Liverpool in the coming seasons. If the Reds can sign him for a reasonable price this summer, this move could be a bargain in the long run. Guler has all the qualities required to be a quality Premier League player in the coming seasons. Working with a world-class trainer like Jürgen Klopp can help him realize his enormous potential. The 18-year-old player is also linked with Newcastle United. Meanwhile, Barcelona wants to transfer the young player. The Spanish giants already have talented midfielders like Pedri and Xavi. Looks like they're making a great roster for the future. Guler can prove to be a solid win for them. However, Barcelona will not be able to compete with Premier League clubs financially. The Spanish team is going through financial difficulties, and it is not yet clear whether they will be able to fend off the competition from Liverpool and sign the player. The opportunity to join a club like Barcelona may be attractive to the talented young player. Barcelona has been pretty disappointing in Europe this season, and they will be hoping to perform well in the Champions League. They need a bigger and better squad to be successful in multiple competitions, and signing players like Guler will give them deep strength. The Spanish team will be able to offer him Champions League football next season. On the other hand, Liverpool missed the top 4 places and will be fighting in the Europa League. Both clubs will represent an exciting new step in the midfielder's career, and it will be interesting to see where he ends up. It seems that Guler is a man in demand this summer. It is known how young talents shine during Klopp's time at Liverpool. Arda Guler's pure talent and game intelligence is really impressive despite his age. If he works with Klopp, he could serve Liverpool midfield for many years. Frank Kessie replaces Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Liverpool are considering a move for Barcelona midfielder Frank Kessie, who is struggling to find regular minutes at the Camp Nou. So what's the latest on Frank Kessie's move to Liverpool? Liverpool have reportedly made an early opening bid for the Ivory Coast midfielder after a lackluster first year in Catalonia, Spanish sources say. La Blaugrana ace joined Xavi's team from Milan last summer. He then won the La Liga, but failed to reach the heights he achieved in Italy. Reds boss Jürgen Klopp can now offer him a lifeline. The 26-year-old motor midfielder, valued at €35 million, is poised to give Anfield a new spin after the contracts of James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain expired this summer. The box-to-box threat played a key role in Milan's campaign to win Serie A 2021-2022. It scored an average of 7.1 per SOFA score. He played 31 league games, scored 6 goals and completed 89% of his passes. He managed to be a solid presence in the heart of the team at that time. For Barcelona, despite playing 43 times in all competitions, Kessie started in Spain's best flight only 7 times. With his club's vested interest in signing a new midfielder, he will sweat for the future significance of his role. Hailed as a monster by journalist Sacha Pisoni, the Ivory Coast international can add an invaluable physicality and progressive presence. It can perfectly fill the place of Oxlade-Chamberlain, who left. This season, the Red centre has already lacked energy and vitality this season, with a sharp decline that resulted in their failure to qualify for the Champions League. The new sporting director, Jürgen, now has to apply the most appropriate strategy to rekindle the old fire. Oxa failed to contribute effectively to the Lions' share this difficult season. He has only played 13 times in all competitions and only made 4 Premier League starts. In the last 20 games of the season, he only got 18 minutes in the league and missed at least 14 games due to injury. Playing a peripheral role this year, Kessie has only missed 7 games during her career due to unavailability. He proves to be the player with the progressive nature Klopp needs to spin the Merseyside machine again. Klopp has suffered especially from midfielder injuries this season and has not used many of his players during the campaign. Buda became one of the architects of this season's bad painting. That's why Kessie's track record is pretty important. According to FBref, Kessie was among the top 12% of midfielders in Europe's top 5 leagues last year. His progressive passes and touches into the offensive box per 90 minutes are evidenced by his knack for advancing into dangerous zones. The £150,000 weekly ace, described as sensational by reporter Carlo Garganese, would be a great addition to Klopp and his friends. It will strengthen the ranks, increase much-needed physicality, and reinvigorate steely determination that fades like autumn leaves on the brink of winter. Mohamed Salah is preparing to miss the important matches of Liverpool, which are announced as fixtures. Liverpool discovered their schedule for the campaign after fixtures were released for the 2023-2024 Premier League season. The Reds will start the season with a test trip to Mauricio Pochettino's new-looking Chelsea and host Bournemouth at Anfield on Saturday the 19th of August. Then comes another tough away game against Newcastle to wrap up August. Still, Jürgen Klopp's side's toughest run of the campaign will be during the Christmas period, which starts in mid-December. A tough time seems to be coming in a busy schedule, including matches against their top 4 rivals Manchester United, Arsenal and Newcastle. The Reds will hope to be close to full power for this match, but they've also given up on losing superstar striker Mohamed Salah the following month. The Egyptian will represent his country in the African Cup of Nations. The tournament will be held in Ivory Coast and will run from January 13th to February 11th, and apart from an early qualifier for Egypt, it is likely that Salah will not be available for club selection until a month, which will come as a blow to Klopp's team. Egypt qualified for the tournament on Wednesday, when Salah's country featured in their 2-1 win in Guinea. It allows Egypt to top their group with Malawi and Ethiopia missing the qualifiers from the 14 group. This means that Salah will miss 4 Premier League games for Liverpool, both legs of the EFL Cup semi-finals, as well as the opening rounds of the FA Cup, which will fall during this period. The 31-year-old will miss the away game against Bournemouth. There will be no Salah against Bournemouth, whom they lost 1-0 last season. It will also be missing from home against Chelsea and away against Arsenal, 2 of the most notable matches of the campaign. This 3-game streak gave a single point for Klopp's latest campaign, and Salah was poised to miss out on the match against Burnley at Anfield in early February should Egypt advance into the final stages of the African Cup of Nations. Salah remains Liverpool's star player, scoring 30 goals last season despite the team's disappointing campaign. The Egyptian player scored 19 goals in the Premier League and appeared in every league game for Klopp's team and started every game except one.